Hey, what's up, guys? Christian Brindle here, and I'm here to talk to you guys about an exciting partnership that we've entered into with our friends over at Retire Flo. We actually are joined here with Dalton Miller, who is an absolute stud, doing great things for the agent community with Retire Flo. And Dalton's actually going to walk us through how you can actually add Retire Flo into your Go High Level account, meaning seven-figure CRM as well, and be able to work with us and get a free 30-day trial on Retire Flo while doing so. Dalton, I'm going to hand the mic over to you and let you kind of show the people how they can do that.
Thanks, Christian. I'm very excited to be with all of you today. I will say before I get into the training, I have the privilege of working with FMOs and agencies across the country. And there are people who can see the writing on the wall that's coming with changes coming from the Inflation Reduction Act, how Part D plans are operating and treating agents and the work that they put in for them. And then there's FMOs and agencies who don't call people back, who don't want to support you, who are just happy to capture your contract and maybe never hear from you again. And I just want to give the team here between Nate, Christian, and Glenn the five, well, maybe the 7-star award. These guys are ahead of the game in preparing folks for the Inflation Reduction Act and just making your day-to-day life better as an agent. That's why they offer the Facebook group. That's why they're offering such a cool tool in seven-figure CRM. And so that's what we're here to talk about today is how can our two systems speak together to create an absolutely deadly combo for Medicare agents. And so we were proud here at Retire Flo to launch our brand new Go High Level app that's available for agents today in the app marketplace. And just to give some context, a little bit of what Retire Flo is, if you're hearing about it for the first time, or maybe you're poking around in seven-figure CRM and you've seen this video. Retire Flo is an online survey that's designed for Medicare agents by Medicare agents to send to your clients and prospects in advance of a meeting. It takes your senior clients approximately 8 minutes to complete. The font on these survey questions is humongous. It asks one question at a time. It's incredibly easy for seniors to complete. In fact, it's white labeled with your logo and your headshot so they know it's coming from you. And when your senior clients complete that survey, you get 3 things. 1, a list of that client's drugs, doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies. On those drugs, they're spelled correctly every single time. Dosage, quantity, frequency, package, brand of the generic. Everything you need to go out and run your quotes for your clients. The second thing you get, because our survey has been approved by the health plan management system through CMS, is you now have achieved permission to contact with your clients. So it works great for your prospects. And then lastly, the final question in our survey, scope of appointment form. And there's a lot of services out there that provide scopes, and that's okay. But the reason we do it is because let's say you're meeting with your client next Thursday. You got an appointment of the books. You say, hey, client, I'm looking forward to our meeting. I need you to complete this survey by next Tuesday. That's going to get you a compliant scope, but more importantly, it's going to get you those drugs, doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies at least 2 days in advance. And, so you can show up to your meeting having done all that research, plan options in hand, more one-visit closes, and just being an overall more prepared agent. And we launched this product approximately a year ago, 4 days. So on September 15th of last year, we launched. And we're proud to serve thousands of agents across the country. But the number one question we got was, all right, Dalton, I love the system. I love that you can go out and capture this information, but I want it inside my CRM. I want to be able to manipulate it and run reports and do research on my clients. I want that data to flow automatically in. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Our brand new Go High Level app that's live inside seven-figure Medicare agent. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our key feature at Retire Flo. And because I think a lot of people see Retire Flo and they go, well, it's a great concept, but seniors, they don't go online very well. I call BS on that. Excuse my French, but it's just true. The best thing about Retire Flo, the reason why we are a new business and retention machine, is that your senior clients do not have to have a username or a password or a code, none of that stuff. You simply send them the link. They answer those survey questions. You capture all that good, healthy data right inside your seven-figure CRM. And it is an absolutely deadly combo for Medicare agents. inside of the Go High Level App Store, which we're going to do a quick walkthrough on how to access. When you download the Retire Flo app, you get 4 major key pieces of functionality. One, and we'll start at the bottom, brand new fields for your clients, drugs, doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies. And so you might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't have a place for that. We're going to make a place for you. So that way you can store and edit and manipulate all of your clients' prescription information, all that PHI right there inside your 7-figure CRM. You can bulk distribute this survey through this application to all of your prospects. Say you had an educational presentation where 15 people said, hey, I want to work with you for my Medicare plan options. You can bulk send it to all of them all at once and collect all that data. But more importantly, many of you have worked very, very hard to grow and maintain your CRM. And we don't want to disturb that. In fact, we want to enhance that. You can bulk update your existing contacts inside of 7-figure CRM with Retire Flo. So you're like, I don't want to create a bunch of duplicates. That's lame. We're going to pull in a list of your contacts, send the survey to all of them. And when they complete it, it's going to automatically update those existing contacts. So it creates a universe where you can update your entire book of business in an afternoon, especially in advance of AEP. And the last thing I'll share is we're also offering on this product a new business pearl, which is very, very cool. It's that same survey, but you can get it in a link. You can turn it into a QR code. You can slap it on your website, and wherever your senior clients click on it, answer their questions, all that stuff's going to go straight into your CRM. And, my dad often said to me growing up, and he still says it to me today, he goes, you're only as good as your last carry. And I didn't even play football. I played golf. So this is embarrassing, but it's true. You're only as good as your last carry. Okay. What have you done for me lately? And I think you guys would agree with this. Your CRM and the reports you run, the workflows you do is only as good as how healthy your data is. And you can use Retire Flo to capture all that good, healthy data. So if you want to access this app, it is available inside of the app marketplace. You're looking at a Go High Level here, a generic version, but it's going to be right here on the left inside that app marketplace. You search for Retire Flo. It's going to pop right up. You'll see it here. It's going to look like this. And then the last step is you press install, and it creates this brand new app on the left side of the screen, which actually I'm going to show you here live. This is my demo agency, and I've got a bunch of contacts in here. And right here, I've installed the app right here on the left. Here it is, Retire Flo. And here's where you can bulk update your existing contacts or create a bunch of new ones. When you update your existing contacts, we pull in a list of everybody inside of your CRM. You got 500 clients, you got 10,000 clients, they're all going to be here. You go through, you can search them up by first name, last name, email, or phone number, select a couple. I've selected 3 here. I can select up to 20 at once. We're actually going to be rolling out all at once, but be careful with that. Big moves like that sometimes can have unintended consequences. So I always recommend people batch these out, but we can do 20 at a time. You select those contacts. We pull them in. You can decide if you want to text them or email them, one or the other or both. And then you can customize the message that goes along with it. Hey, Susie. I do a lot of demos as Susie Senior. Hey, Susie, looking forward to our meeting. Please complete this survey 2 days prior, just so that way to protect you from the 48-hour scope rule. And then when I press confirm and send, all of those surveys are immediately distributed to all 20 of those people all at once. So if you've got 500 clients in, my math is bad. What's 5 times? In approximately 20 actions, you can update your entire book of business in an afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, in advance of this AEP, I couldn't stress it enough how important it is to have up-to-date snapshots, because when your senior clients get those ANOCs in the mail, what's the first thing they're going to do? Is they're going to call you. Right. Yep. They're going to call Glenn.
They're going to call me.
So that's the thing, is this is a great way to update your entire book of business. And it makes your 7-figure CRM the center of the universe. Everybody goes, I want a location where all of my client data is stored. I don't want to go over here or over there and do all my plan research over here. This creates 7 figures, one-stop shop, great way to get prepared for AEP.
Dalton, one question I wanted to ask you while I've got you here on this training call. I know we have a huge variety of agents we work with, from brand new agents who only have a couple clients to established agency owners who have thousands, if not potentially 10,000 or more clients on the books. Is there a cost difference to reaching out to 10 clients versus 10,000 clients?
Awesome question. No. And our service is also incredibly affordable too. And that's part of the benefit of tuning into this training, is you're going to get access to a little discount. This is how much Retire Flo costs. For the commission of one Medicare Advantage app, just one, it's $60 a month or $600 for the whole year. And Retire Flo has been proven time and time again. If you retain one app or write one new app because of it, because you're taking in those things that are really important to seniors, those drugs, those doctors, those hospitals, those pharmacies, you're taking those things into account, it's paid for itself for an entire year. And so for those of you who are, especially with those larger book of business, who are considering, oh, well, I'm going to hire an assistant or manage somebody, I think, hiring somebody from Hire Heroes is fantastic, but don't burden them with doing this. Let Retire Flo take care of it. Let them track and manage commissions and do things that you want to focus on new sales. Have them operate in here and maybe send out Retire Flo instead. So for the commission of one app, it's paid for itself for an entire year. I will say these are 12-month contracts, so don't take this decision lightly. If you go monthly or pay upfront and save a little money by $120 by paying upfront, they're both 12-month contracts. But in advance of the annual enrollment period, you can be confident that Retire Flo is going to be able to successfully capture that beneficiary data. But this is the price, but y'all get the first month free, which we're very, very excited about, with promo code 7-figure, all caps. This is case sensitive, 7-figure. So utilize that code. And then that way you can get that first month free on our system, whether it's you paid up front for the whole year or you put month to month, you're going to get $60 off regardless. That is all caps though. So if those are something to write down, this is it. And that's because we believe in what Christian and Glenn and Nate are doing here. We don't just team up with people willy-nilly. So we're thrilled about this. And I know there's already been some pretty tremendous demand for this product, but now it all jives. Agents, how often do you hear that, Christian? Well, I want all my systems to work together. And I think this
Constantly.
is constant, right? And this is a great way to get started on that. I mean, Retire Flo is not going to do your laundry for you or wash your car, but it will capture that, all that hard to get stuff that there's going to be 2 agents this fall. And when I do the peace sign, the balloons come up. So sorry about that. There's going to be 2 agents this fall. There's going to be the agent who uses Retire Flo to go out and collect this data in advance of AEP. Be prepared, be compliant. And then there's going to be the agent who on October 26th is going to be sitting in his office trying to spell levothyroxine over the phone from their senior client. And it's like, look, folks, life's too short. Use Retire Flo to get out ahead of it.
I love it. I think it's a tremendous service, guys. If you're looking for a efficient and affordable way, an easy way, right? I mean, they've done all the heavy lifting for you over at Retire Flo in terms of putting this together and making it user-friendly. This is a way that you can kind of get ahead and not spend as much time on prescription checks, gathering prescriptions, everything like that. Just a really, really intuitive service. Dalton, one question I have, and then I'll see if the rest of the team that's with me here has any additional questions, but specify this just for anybody that's curious. This system does have a scope of appointment built into it, does it not?
Heck yeah. And it's going to attach it right there on your client profiles.
Amazing.
Awesome. That's great.
So not only are you going to get the goods, the drugs, the doctors, the hospitals, the pharmacies, they're going to go right in, but we're also going to attach a scope right there inside of your profile. All of your profiles. So very, very cool functionality there. And I also want to just do a quick call out. If there are those of you who are tuning into this who do not have 7-figure CRM yet, not to throw Nate under the bus, but call Nate. If you're looking for a system that is designed by savvy people in this industry who know how to manage small books of business and large books of business, this is a great place to start. That's why I wore the t-shirt today. I mean, I'm branded up, but happy to do it.
Brindle Nation.
Looks good on you. Looks good on
Brindle
you.
Nation. Brindle
Brindle
Nation. I'll be at Seven Figure next year too, which I'm looking forward to. Utah?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Salt Lake City.
Ever been? It'll be my first time, so it'll be fun.
It is the best time of the year to be here, so I think you'll enjoy it. Nathan, Glenn, any questions for Dalton on this, on Retire Flo?
I got a couple.
Okay.
Fire away, sir.
Can you show us, Dalton, what it looks like? So someone goes in, they fill out the form to get all the information, including the scope. Can you show me what happens next, where it goes?
Sure can. I sure can. So I'm gonna head over to my contacts here, and I've got Susie Senior 5. I sent her a survey. She completed it. And when I click on her profile, we're going to map all that data to where it needs to go. So if she told us that she's got a certain phone number, we're going to put it in the phone number section. In our survey, she told us she uses a certain email. We're going to put it in the email section. We're even going to put her address in the address section. But where are the goods? Where's the drugs and the doctors, the hospitals and pharmacies? Well, we're actually going to make additional fields for you under additional info. And so you're going to get, I think it's 6 or 7 brand new fields into your system. One is the Retire Flo scope. Like you said, you're like, where's the scope? This is it.
Yeah.
You click on it. There's a scope for Susie. Compliant, prepared.
Boom.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Timestamp for
awesome.
her IP address. You can sign all these scopes on retireflo.com as well. Here's those pharmacies. Oh, I even skipped one. So we're going to start with primary care physician. Gregory House. She sees Gregory House as her PC.
Dr. House.
Dr. House. Those pharmacies are going to be listed here with the address, the name, and the phone number to the pharmacy. Those prescriptions are going to be listed here. They're going to be spelled correctly every single time. Dosage, quantity, frequency, package, brand of the generic, all right here inside your program. A list of hospitals that she may go to is going to be here. And we pull from a list of every hospital that accepts Medicare in the country. So she goes to look for the Ohio State University hospital system. She can add it. And then I'm going to skip over this summary one because I think that's really important. I'll do that last. We also do specialists. So she sees Meredith Gray, and Meredith Gray is a cardiologist from Gray's Anatomy. But this is a really, really important document here, this summary PDF. When you click on it, this is what you get on Susie. It's a perfect summary report of everything she shared when she answered that survey. All that stuff's going to go into your 7-figure CRM and all those fields, but it's also summarized here in this document. And what's neat about this document is that it is also approved through the health plan management system. And why that's helpful is, and I'll pick on Glenn here. Let's say Glenn's an agent. Glenn meets with Susie Senior. And
Hi, Susie.
and Susie tells Glenn that she takes a Torvastatin and Advair. Those are her 2 prescriptions. Glenn enrolls her in an awesome plan, and she's thrilled. And 6 months later, all of a sudden, six months later, Glenn gets a grievance filed against him from the insurance company. Says Glenn didn't do a good enough job. We're making this sound too happy. This is a bad experience here, folks.
Then there was a grievance. Yay!
Glenn didn't do a good enough job explaining whether Susie's Eliquis was covered. And Glenn thinks to himself, Susie never told me she took Eliquis. Our senior clients can be forgetful sometimes. It happens.
They can. They
With
very
Retire
much
Flo,
so can.
You can use this document as a backup and say, hey, this is an HPMS CMS approved document. It says, these are the drugs that Susie told me she took. You send that document in, make that grievance unfounded. So, there might be a universe where you're working with a senior and something like this happens to you, and Christian and the team at 7-figure might say, well, folks, where's your Retire Flo survey? It would back you up. Otherwise it's a he said, she said sort of situation. So it's a great way to sort of have some CYA functionality built right in.
Love it.
How'd I do on your question? Did I pass?
Oh, yeah. And a follow-up question with that. So going off of Glenn's mishap there. Sorry, Glenn. But,
Damn it, Glenn.
Medicare jail.
Is the best way to fix that and to get that the right information on there is the best way to resend the senior the Retire Flo form, or is it, or can it be updated
So
straight in the CRM?
That was my question. I'm going to piggyback on what he said, because my question was going to be, you were showing how you can send it as an email and a text. What happens if you send it out twice and the senior accidentally fills it out multiple times? Is the information only going to save the first one, or is it always the last survey filled out? What if you want to go back to the first survey? Is there a history you can see?
Absolutely. Yeah. So great question. There's a couple of different ways to answer that question. One is, I think it's important, I want agents to understand, is that this is not something that you're going to send Susie Senior next year and say, are these still the prescriptions you take? We do not pull in a list of previous prescriptions or any data for that matter. We do that because that would require a username and a password, which we do not want to do. That leads to of 60% abandonment, 60. So think to yourself, I mean, more than half your book's just never going to do it.
Right.
But we're always going to keep these timestamp records for you. So here's what happens. In 7-Figure, we're going to overwrite that data. Whatever she put in most recently is what we're going to show here. But remember, you have access to a Retire Flo dashboard as a result of signing up for this, where we're going to keep every submission you've ever received here in the submission center. All of it happens separately on retireflo.com. Most people aren't operating in here a whole lot because obviously all that good data is in 7-Figure, but it's here if you need it, where you can search for all the Susie seniors that have come in and when they came in, sort them by date and time. So that way you've got all those backup copies stored right here.
Wow.
Nailed it. I love it.
And that back-end dashboard that gets created automatically when someone signs up.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So
I
whenever
wonder if we put that in the CRM.
Yeah. And so it's all here. You can leave yourself little notes here, like, okay, here's a Susie. I did a lot of examples here, but Susie Senior came in on August 23rd, need to follow up about part A. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. And then you can obviously sign those scopes here as well and forever modify those documents, which is pretty cool functionality as well. This happens on retireflo.com. But again, when Susie Senior completes that survey, the data goes two places. It goes to 7-Figure, but it also goes here as your kind of your backup storage facility of all that good stuff. But you can obviously run all your reports. You can take that new business Pearl, which I'm going to talk about here. So if I wanted to create some new contacts, you can copy and share this link that's right here, and I can mass blast it. Maybe I want to drop it in a workflow to send to a T65 list so I can go out and capture data. Or you can manually put in phone numbers and emails if you want to too. Customize the message. And when you send out these messages, here's what they look like. They're actually white labeled with your logo and the headshot in the emails that we send. And then those texts get automatically delivered to a phone, which I think these guys can speak to even better than I can. Text message deliverability is through the roof, and so is click rate.
Yes.
So if you want your seniors to hear you and feel you and want to know that, hey, Agent Glenn's getting ready for AEP, he needs me to do something, send those texts as well. Don't just send the emails. No additional charge for that, just as many as you want. Run it up.
Love it.
Are you taking more questions, Dalton? Got a couple more.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When you do updates in Retire Flo in the website portion that you were talking about, do those update on the CRM as well or no?
Yeah. So we're going to have a whole suite of updates coming out. Anything that we do is going to be positively impacted by 7-Figure CRM. One of the things that we're looking at incorporating right now, the integration that we have with Go High Level only accounts for our Medicare surveys. We are working on ways to make it account for our ACA surveys, which are pretty cool too. But we got a whole suite of other things coming out that we're thrilled about. So stay tuned. And if you ever have if you're an agent and you're like, oh, this sounds cool, this sounds like something I need, but I've got questions and I want to get trained up on it, Retire Flo is incredibly accessible. I would argue maybe a little too accessible sometimes. People are reaching out, which is good. Go to retireflo.com, set up a demo with us. A real life human being, probably me, one of my team members, maybe my brother who I work with, or a bunch of our other team members are incredibly available. You can meet with us as early as Monday at 8 a.m. So
Nice.
we'd love to meet with you, get you trained up. If you have questions, we're available to you too.
And then my last question, or at least so far as you're talking, writing down the questions. So this might never
Good.
end. No.
It might never
That's all
end.
right.
We might be here all day.
Where do agents go to put that branding material? So you're talking about it sends out white label or, with the agent's
Yes.
picture. How do they do
Great question.
We will require it when they sign up. So we're going to say, hey, we want this information from you. Now, you don't have to put it in, but it'll be very clear when you download our app and you go to get started with Retire Flo. So the process it kind of goes as follows. You go searching for us, Retire Flo, in your app marketplace. You download our app by pressing install over here under step 3. And then when you do so, you'll get this little tag or this little button down here on the bottom left side that says Retire Flo on your dashboard here. And when you do, it won't look like this for you. You'll have to turn it on. It'll encourage you to sign up. And when you sign up, this is when you put in your promo code, 7-figure, all caps. We'll ask for your headshot and logo and all that good stuff. But now let's say it's 2026 and Agent Glenn has decided that he is going to dye his beard blue for Retire Flo colors. And he's got a brand new up-to-date headshot and he wants to share it with his agents or his beneficiaries.
You read my mind, Dalton. Yes, that's happening.
And you want to swap out that headshot? You click on Retire Flo Dashboard and then you scroll over here to the right side and you press edit. And then you can always swap out your headshot and your logo,
nice.
all that good stuff. You want to add some state licenses.
Wow.
You can, I don't, on our GHL platform, you can't change the URL, but then you can even modify where notifications go to. As a reminder, I don't know if I covered that. When Susie completes a survey for Glenn gets an email notification. So you'll get the ability to change where those go to. And that's what we've designed this for. We want agents who use Go High Level and who use 7-figure are sophisticated agents. They're people who like to build workflows. And that's why we give you that Pearl. So if, drop it in your workflows, set an automated calendar-based appointment message, all that good stuff, use the heck out of it. Doesn't matter how many people go through it. It's still $60 a month or $600 the whole year, which we feel is a pretty affordable way to get prepared for AEP.
Yes. One thing I wanted to mention, you guys, amazing that I think from a value standpoint, what Dalton's put together here is incredible at the price point for a single new application for Medicare. It'll cover the entire cost of Retire Flo for the whole year. So I think that's an incredible value, what this software can do. And we're all about leveraging technology, whether you're using it yourself, you have another member on your team, or you have like a virtual assistant from Hire Heroes, whatever you can do to leverage technology is going to save you time and ultimately should provide you a higher ROI, which I love. I do want to make a quick note here that it does cost, whether you're a premier agent with 7-figure CRM and you're getting the platform for free, or whether you're one of our paid users, there is a cost to sending an email or sending a text message. Some agents have gotten confused in the past by this. It all goes through Twilio. It is a fraction of a penny. So on an individual basis, you're talking about almost a non-existent charge. However, once you start sending hundreds or thousands, it would go through Twilio, unless I'm mistaken here, Dalton.
Let me clarify that. That is true.
Yeah.
7-figure. But on Retire Flo, we cover the cost on the distribution of the text and the email. Yeah, we manage that for you. So you do
really
a bit of signing up for the $60 a month version or $600 for the whole year. If you send a survey through update existing contacts, or you send a survey through create new contacts here, we cover the cost. Now, if you take that Pearl and you run a workflow that automatically sends text through 7-figure, that's different. That's a different story.
Okay.
GHL
I appreciate you clarifying
those
that.
costs, not Retire Flo.
Yeah.
But great question. Yeah. And great call out. And I think we, it's just another reason to take advantage of doing it here. So that way, the reason we do that is so that way we can make sure to include things like your headshot and your logo. So we work really hard on deliverability. So we cover the costs on that.
Amazing.
in there.
Even more value.
Great
Even
value.
more
Yeah,
value.
that-
As
that
yeah,
is
as I'm trying to
incredible.
explain it. Yeah, that really is incredible.
Great value. Dalton, we could keep you on here all day. We like having you around. We probably need to make you part of the seven
I
figure
know.
program team at this point. You know, you're
Yes,
kind of an
yes.
honorary member.
Honor.
Guys, if
The
you're
romance
watching
is
this,
strong.
guys, if you're watching this and you made it all the way to the end, we really appreciate your attention and your investment into your business to learn how this works. Head over to the App Store in Go High Level, where Dalton showed it earlier, and use that coupon code 7-figure, all caps, to get a first month free when you sign up for the year subscription. And yeah, I mean, this is a great tool that just works hand in hand, right? It's peanut butter and jelly, right? They go
That's
together
right.
like peanut butter and jelly. So make sure to pick up Retire Flo today. It's a necessary asset for your business. And, you know, you guys need to be working smarter, not harder. We certainly recommend picking up Retire Flo. So Dalton, thank you for your time, brother. We appreciate
Yes.
you. And we're excited
Thank
to
you,
be partnered
Dalton.
with you guys.
Killer. That was awesome.
Hey, Glenn,
Thank you, Dalton.
it's been fun as always. Happy Friday, guys, and thanks for the time.